Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to another classic album review, and we're just looking through some of classic rock's greatest their recommendations for some of the classic albums of the 80s. And today we're going to look at an album done by Richard and Linda Thompson. Now, we all know Richard Thompson. He was the guitarist, songwriter in Fairport Convention, and he left and he did his debut solo album, Henry and the Human Fly, and then he formed a duo with his wife, and they went on to make 6 albums. And the one we're going to look at is their 6th and final album. It's called Shoot Out the Lights. This is an interesting album because I'll tell you a little bit more about it when I briefly them. But when they were recording this, their relationship was strained, and this was the beginning of the end for them. But it's always been cited as one of the greatest split-up albums, up there with Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. So, who plays on this? Well, Richard Thompson does lead vocals, lead guitar, accordion, and Hammond for Simon. Linda Thompson does the vocals. Simon Nicol plays rhythm guitar. Dave Pegg and Pete Zorn do the bass. Between them, David Mattox plays drums. And we've got the Watersons, which is the backing vocals, Norman, Mike Lall and Martin Carthy. We've got Clive Gregson as well. Stephen Corbett on the cornet. Brian Jones on cornet. Phil Goodwin on tuba. That's not the Brian Jones we've just talked about. It's a different Brian Jones. Stephen Barnett on trombone and Mark Cutts on the trombone. So the first track is Don't Renege on Our Life. I think this is a really good track. The drumming on this are from David Mattox. Sorry, I'm a bit bunged up. Oh dear. It's really good. It's got that sort of rolling drum beat. It's a great vocal from Richard. As we know, he's a very good singer and a very good musician. Very good start to the album. Walking on Why. Now this is Linda. Now Linda had a really nice voice, and Richard matched that on the guitar tone. Worked really, really good track. I like that. Man in Need, one of my favourite tracks on this album. It's like a soft country rock to it. The backing vocals, Linda's doing the backing vocals on this. It's absolutely marvellous sort of track. Just the Motion. This is my favourite vocal on this album by Linda. It's quite long, but it flows really well. It's a really nice arrangement. Very well put together song. Great playing by the musicians. Shoot Out the Lights, the title track, my favourite track on here. The guitar work is great from Richard. Sings this song as well. It's just a really good upbeat track. Then we get Back Street Slide. There's some lovely accordion in this. Some nice guitar tones. Excellent track. Then we get Did She Jump or Was She Pushed? Melodic. The guitar work on this is superb. Very nice vocal, both Linda and Richard. Wall of Death. Again, the interplay on the vocals between Richard and Linda is amazing. Considering they weren't really getting on, they still performed in the studio. So, and that was the last track. So, the story about this album. It was for a release on an independent album, and Shoot Out the Lights had a significant critical impact, said Robert Christgau, and made it pick a hit, saying these are powerfully double-edged metaphors for the marriage struggle. You hit the nail on the head. You can tell that a lot in the lyrics. At the end of 1982, many critics placed the album on their end of year end lists. Village Voice put it at number 2, J-Pop critics number 10. All Music praised it as a meditation on love and loss in beauty, passion, heady joy that can still be found in defeat. The new Rolling Stone album gum called it an album of absolutely perfect and cited it for its emotional writing and stirring impassioned playing. It was ranked in 1987. They ranked it number 24 on the 100 best albums. It also made the Q number 99. So the scores on the doors are All Music gave it a 5-star, Robert Christel gave it an A, the Encyclopedia Popular Music gave it a 5-star, Rolling Stone 5-star, and the Spin Alternative 10 out of 10. Now, the previous, as I was, so I'll tell you the story about this. The previous album flopped, and they just couldn't get a record deal. But in 1980, they was toured as a support act for the great Jerry Rafferty, and he sort of put up the music and offered to finance this album, and good job he did. Although it didn't chart, it is an absolute belting album, and they recorded it in his studios in Chipping Norton, and this was the end thing. But I think this is a really good album. I just think you can hear in the lyrics that these two are breaking up, and they had their emotions in public. As I say, they had the dirty laundry, but that's rock and roll. I can't believe this album never charted anywhere. It's a great album, and go and check it out. It is on Spotify and it's also on YouTube. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, I'll just apologise today. I've really struggled. I'm really bunged up today. I think it's going to be a hot toddy tonight. Feel really so, but I should be back tomorrow. We got part 3 of the Steve Hillage story, and we're going to concentrate on the albums that Steve Hillage did while he was in Gong. So we're going to just look at, really go into more detail about the Gong albums that he was involved with. And then tomorrow, retro ranking, as it's coming towards Christmas, I thought I would do my top 10 traditional Christmas carols and the story behind them, and what they mean to me. So that's all coming up tomorrow. I'm now going to go and sort my nose out. It feels like someone's poured concrete down my nostrils. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.